Hi there, and welcome back to Signup Introduction to HTML course. And in this lesson, we're going to build a project using HTML. The project we'll be building is going to be a basic sign-up form. And when you don't fill in an input field, you get a warning. In our code editor, we'll start by creating a simple heading element. And in between it, we'll type a content that says sign up. In our code editor, we'll start by creating a simple sign up element. And in between it, we'll type a content that says sign up. And right below the sign up element, we'll create a form element with a couple of form controls. The first form control we will create is a label and the text input field. So right in between the label, I'll type a content that says username. Then below the label element, I'll create an input element with a type of text. And the input element is going to have an attribute of require. And right below the label element, we're going to create an input element, and the input element will come with a type attribute of text, and it will also come with a required attribute. Below the input element, we'll create a label and an input element for emails. And below that label, we'll create an input element with a type of email, and it will come with a required attribute. Right below the email input, we're going to create a password input. For the password input, we're going to create a label, and in between that label element, we're going to type in the content that says password. And after the label element, we're going to create an input element with a type of password, and the input element is going to come with a required property. Take note that input element has self-closing tag, so I will take this out. Then up next, we're going to create another input element that will stand as the button. That input element will have a type of submit. When I save my code and click on go live, you will notice that we created a sign-up form where users can add their username, their email, their password, and a submit button. Now, if we want these elements to be stacked on top of each other, all we need to do is to add our break tag. We need to add our breaking tag. So in our VS Code, we locate all the input elements available and we add a couple of breaking tags. So I'm going to add 2 breaking tags because I want to give 2 line spaces. When I save my code and go to my browser, you will notice that the elements are now stacked on top of each other. And if you notice, when I click on this submit field, it creates a warning that says, please fill in this field. So this warning comes up whenever an input field is empty. So if I type in something and I click on submit, it tells us to add an @gmail. When I type in submit, it notices that this input field is empty and it asks us to fill in that field. Next, I'm going to level up the appearance of this form by styling the button. In my VS Code, I will give this button a style attribute, and in between the quotes, I am going to write all my styles. The first style I will type is a background color of blue. And after that, I am going to give the button a color of white. I'm going to remove all the borders, and I am going to add some spacings inside the button. And next, I'm going to make the button a little bit curved. So when I save our code and go straight to the browser, you will notice that there were some styles that was added to the button that made the button different from before. So our sign up form has been successfully created. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next project.